Here is scene 1 expanded to around 800 words, written without a heading. The sun slid slowly over the dusty rooftops of the small town, washing everything in warm, sleepy gold. The street was quiet except for the soft hum of a breeze and the distant bark of a dog. At the corner of the playground, a group of children gathered around a pile of flattened cardboard boxes. Their eyes were bright with excitement, and their hands were already itching to start. Arif, the smallest boy in the group but the loudest in spirit, dropped his backpack and clapped his hands together. "Today, we build the greatest cardboard house ever," he declared, puffing up his chest. The others laughed, but they believed him. They always did. Sarah adjusted her ponytail and picked up a marker. "It won't just be a house," she said. "It'll be a castle, with windows, doors, and a secret room." Her imagination always ran miles ahead of everyone else's thoughts. They dragged the boxes onto a patch of soft grass near the ancient banyan tree. The cardboard smelled faintly of dust and old tape, but to them, it smelled like adventure. As the breeze fluttered the loose flaps, the boxes almost seemed to come alive, like they were eager to become something more. The sound of tearing tape broke the silence. Arif carefully held 2 boxes together while Hamza wrapped tape around the edges, pulling it tight. The tape made a sharp ripping sound every time it was cut, echoing softly across the playground. The structure started to rise, shaky at first, then taller and steadier with each new piece added. Sweat trickled down their foreheads, and little bits of grass clung to their legs, but none of them cared. Their hands were busy, their minds even busier. In their world, the playground had already disappeared. They weren't children anymore, they were brave builders in a land where cardboard was stronger than stone. Inside the half-built house, Sarah crawled in and began drawing windows. The marker squeaked as it moved across the rough surface. She drew flowers on the borders, clouds near the ceiling, and even a tiny sun in one corner. Outside, Arif taped a crooked triangle flap to act as a roof. It leaned awkwardly, but when he stepped back, it looked perfect to him. Then the wind grew stronger. A sudden gust shook the cardboard walls, making them flap wildly. One corner collapsed with a soft thud, and the roof slid sideways. The children froze for a second. It felt like everything they had built was about to be ripped away. Arif's heart dropped into his stomach. "Well, castles don't fall down that easily," he said, forcing a smile. Hamza nodded and crouched down. "Real builders fix things," he said, pushing the fallen wall upright. They worked faster now, more determined. They used stones to weigh down the base and extra tape to strengthen the corners. Every problem became a challenge they were eager to defeat. When the wind tried to tear at their creation, they pushed back harder, laughing louder. Just as the cardboard house stood proudly again, a shadow stretched across the grass. All of them looked up. It was the school watchman, Mr. Karim, standing at the edge of the playground. His arms were crossed, and his face was serious. For a moment, fear flickered in their eyes. Adults usually meant rules, and rules usually meant the end of fun. "What are you building?" he asked, his voice deep but curious. "A homework project," Arif quickly replied. Mr. Karim stepped closer and slowly walked around the cardboard house. He tapped the wall gently with his knuckle. "This looks strong," he said, and a tiny smile appeared on his face. "Stronger than my old shed, I think." The children exchanged surprised glances. He bent down and picked up a loose piece of cardboard. "You forgot reinforcement here," he said, showing them how to fold and tape it for extra support. His rough hands moved carefully, like he was handling something precious. For the first time, they realized that their small project wasn't just a game. It was teamwork, it was imagination, it was something even adults could admire. When they finally crawled inside together, the world looked different through the small drawn windows. The grass outside looked like forests. The banyan tree looked like a giant guarding their castle. The sounds of the town became the sounds of a faraway magical kingdom. They sat there quietly for a moment, breathing in the warm, dusty air. Arif whispered, "Let's meet here tomorrow." Everyone nodded. The cardboard house stood silently as the sun dipped lower, no longer just a pile of boxes, but the beginning of something much bigger. If you want a different theme, magic, school, village, adventure, etc., tell me and I'll write another scene.